Before the break, we took a look at what you can expect from the third season of the hit Netflix series Bridgerton. But if you can't wait to see the next episode, maybe we can help you with the next best thing. The Queen's Ball, a Bridgerton Experience, is an immersive way for you to take part in this iconic party, and you can even become the diamond. I had a chance to chat with the Vice President and Head of Live Experiences at Netflix, Greg Lombardo, ahead of their San Francisco stop. Greg, what exactly are the live experiences at Netflix, and what can fans expect from them?
Yeah, well, live experiences at Netflix are a way for us to bring fans closer to the stories that they love. And we think it's another way to give them an angle into that story, a chance to maybe be the hero of that story for a moment, and to just find a deeper way to engage with that story. So we really focus on bringing shows like Stranger Things and Bridgerton, Money Heist to life in new ways, and allow our fans to walk into those worlds.
Well, speaking of Bridgerton, a Queen's Ball, a Bridgerton Experience is actually one of the live experiences coming up this month with Netflix. Why Bridgerton? Why was it important to bring that live experience to fans?
Well, Bridgerton has been such a global sensation. It is our second most viewed English title on Netflix. And Shondaland did such an amazing job of reinventing and reimagining Regency era in a way that just captivated audiences around the world. So after season one launched with such fanfare, we realized that this was certainly the type of story that fans wanted to experience more. And so the idea of creating a ball that is hosted by the Queen, that gives guests a chance to experience that incredible world firsthand, and maybe even perhaps become the diamond of the evening was a bit of a no-brainer for us.
Well, Greg, you mentioned the Queen's Ball and how you want viewers to be able to have that live experience. But what goes into planning something so dynamic like that?
Well, I'm fortunate to have an incredibly talented team that are really experts in these types of experiences. And you know, we start with the story itself. We start with the show. We think about what are the elements that are iconic that we know fans will want to see and experience firsthand. And certainly with Bridgerton, it's all about the live music. It's about a string quartet bringing popular music to life in a way that's really new and unique. So that was certainly an element that we wanted to make sure we brought to life. And then having live actors in the space who are playing roles that help bring us into the story, that help us find ways into the story in real life. That's always a big piece of what we do. And, you know, we leverage the talents of a lot of local artists when we bring a show like this to a place like San Francisco. So it's a terrific way to create a bit of a community of artists and welcome local fans to an experience.
Greg, it's interesting. You said that Netflix actually does observe and utilize local talent, especially here in San Francisco. It was listed as one of the locations for the Queen's Ball, a Bridgerton Experience. Why was San Francisco an important city for this stop on the Bridgerton Experience?
Well, look, San Francisco is a rich, it's just such a rich, diverse city. And I think that it certainly it's a city that celebrates the arts. It's a city that is very vibrant. So we felt it was a natural stop. The Bridgerton Experience launched in Los Angeles. We've been in DC, Chicago, Montreal. San Francisco was very high on our list from the beginning, and we were very happy to make it one of the first stops on the tour.
And what can some of the fans, audience members expect in the San Francisco location for this Bridgerton Experience?
Yeah, so first and foremost, fans should really come prepared to be immersed fully in that Regency world that Bridgerton brought to life so beautifully. We do find that a lot of people dress up and really take advantage of a night out. You'll encounter the Queen. You'll have opportunities to catch her eye and maybe impress her. There is live music performed by string quartets. There's a chance to visit the modiste. There's a chance to visit the artist studio and capture a Regency era portrait of yourself that you can share. There's a really wonderful show that takes place that really is this story of love found, and then of course at the end of the evening, the Queen will name someone to be the diamond. And that is all based on your participation and your involvement throughout the night.
Well, Greg, I know fans are definitely looking forward to this live experience that Netflix is putting on. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We're excited to be in San Francisco.
You can check out the Queen's Ball Bridgerton Experience for yourself, now happening at the SVN West. We will have a link to purchase tickets at livefromthebay.tv.